Social exchange theory is the theory of relationships and why we form them. Social psychologists John W. Thibot and Harold H. Kelly originated this theory on relationships and weighing them before they even start. And by weighing them, I mean, are we benefiting from this relationship, or are we going to be giving more than what we're receiving? Most relationships that you give in more than what you receive end immediately. You get sick of it and you don't want to deal with it anymore. Relationships that are equal in giving and receiving tend to be long-lasting and healthy. Power and control, to me, are the same thing. People who have power and control over them are less likely to speak up and ask questions, afraid of asking the wrong questions or saying something that doesn't agree with your opinion. These don't have to just be against your boyfriend, girlfriend. These could be against a coworker, or this could be from parent to child, just anybody you're intimidated by. If you're intimidated by someone, eventually it's going to cause conflict. Conflict is the struggle to get along between two or more people. Conflict is completely normal, and it helps people grow as people, couples, or as a community. Causes of conflict are bad communication, misperceptions, and sometimes your personalities just don't mesh. Destructive conflict is the most common, and that ends up ending the relationship of whatever. But some conflict is beneficial and normally ends up being a compromise. Is turning your I's into we's and compromising with your partner and coming to a conclusion on what you're going to do with the problem. I think it's important to understand competent interpersonal communication, because if you don't know how to talk to someone based on their background and the situation that you're in, you're not going to communicate effectively, and it's just going to make the situation worse. Like, if I was to talk to a 5-year-old about a car, I'm going to talk to them about the car completely different than what I'm going to talk to them if I'm talking to a 16-year-old. I'm going to tell a 16-year-old more in-depth things because they can actually drive the car. One of my real-life situations that I can relate to this is I used to work in a nursing home, and one of my coworkers was old enough to be my grandmother. She thought that everything that I did was wrong. From the moment I walked in the door and accepted the job, she decided that she didn't like me because I was a millennial, and millennials don't have good work ethic. I thought I proved her wrong within the first couple months of working there, but still everything I did was wrong. Eventually, I just blew up and it caused a conflict. She went to my boss and asked to not work with me anymore, so I guess the conflict benefited me by not having to work with her anymore, but I wish that I would have addressed the situation more and not let her intimidate me and have control and power over me, because in the end, I looked like the bad person instead of her who was the intimidating one. Thank you.